If somebody is going to the restroom, that is not the time to be pulling negative G's. Do not do a pushover when somebody's taking a wee.
Most pilots don't understand what career opportunities are available in the world of aviation. They're making career decisions based on advice from friends or posts on internet forums, meaning they are taking huge risks with their livelihood without having all the details. This podcast was created to help you understand the aviation industry so you can find your dream job. Let's get ready for Pushback. Here's your host and my dad, Nick Fialka.
Hey, pilot, it's Nick. It's another solo show. It's a great day. I am sitting here thinking about things to talk about, and I want to give a shout out to my friend Nolan Davis. Let me tell you about Nolan Davis. Nolan and I grew up together in our small little town in North Carolina, and he is one of the smartest people I've ever met. He went off to college, became a dentist, and did his thing. And he finished dental school and moved to Alaska, and he became a pilot. And I probably need to have him on for an interview show. He's one of the coolest dudes you've ever met. I mean, like, I'm totally fanboying on this guy. He is a pilot. He flies seaplanes in Alaska. He owns a boat that he takes out in the Caribbean. He was on GQ. He's a rock climber. He's a mountain climber. He's all these cool things. And so I put a post out on my socials and I said, hey, I'm doing solo episodes tonight. What should I talk about? And so Nolan did what he did. He stepped forward and he said, you should talk about urination, how to pee in an airplane. I said, all right, I'm not afraid. I can do this. I can talk about peeing in an airplane. And I think it'll be really valuable. It will move people one step closer to their dream job, to know how to pee in an airplane. And if you have never been in an airplane before, I'm not talking like a commercial airliner. Yeah, like you can get in the 777 and it's got 5 bathrooms. Like, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about flight training, baby. I'm talking about what to do when you are sitting right next to somebody that, you know, might be a stranger or whatever, or they're paying you and you got to pee and you can't land. And you got to go, baby. You got to go. So there are a handful of different ways to handle this. All right. So for the private side of the house, there are like these little portable, like little urinals. They're called Little Johns. And they have one for ladies called the Lady J. But it's basically a catheter bag, basically, with a funnel attached to it. But you can certainly use that kind of thing and just kind of carry around your pee with you and like get rid of it. A lot of unpressurized planes have a thing called a relief tube, which is that it's like a funnel with a hose, and then there's a hole in the floor, and the negative pressure of the air flowing over the vent where it comes out, it just like sucks out the pee and it atomizes it. And I want you to look these up. Be careful what you type in Google, y'all. But look these up. If you've never seen a relief tube, when I flew the T-34, I was an instructor and it had a relief tube. And it was tandem cockpit. So when I would have a new student, I'd go through and we'd do a pre-flight of the entire airplane for the first time. And I'd talk through all the different parts of the airplane. Then once we were done, we would get into the airplane and I would show them everything they needed to know about the cockpit. And there's a lot, man. It's a simple little plane, but there's a lot to know. And we would chat about all this stuff. And then I'd say, hey, listen, probably the weakest link on this entire plane is the ICS system, the internal communication system. And I said, sometimes that goes out, especially when there's like weather and it gets wet, like it'll short out. But the people that designed this aircraft is Beechcraft, and they're geniuses. So reach under your seat. You see that? And I'd have them pull it out. There's this like looks like a funnel with a tube. And I said, here's what you do. If we lose the ICS, I want you to reach down and grab that funnel. I want you to bring it up and put it to your lips. And I want you to push the button on the top. And I want you to yell into it as loud as you can. Say what you've got to say to communicate with me, and I will hear you. And then when you're done, I want you to pull your helmet back and put it to your ear and listen. And I'll tell you what I need you to hear. And so if you need to say something, you just put it to your lips and yell loud as you can be. And that, my friends, is how I got my first counseling in the Navy as an instructor when a kid actually did that. Lesson learned, don't trust me. But yeah, a relief tube is the number 2 way that you can pee in an airplane. What else? Piddle packs. Piddle packs are basically like a big Ziploc with a baby diaper stuffed inside of it. And if I'm telling you, if you guys are cheap, you can straight up get yourself a nice gallon Ziploc and put a real diaper in there. As a dad of 5, I certainly highly recommend. They are very absorbent, and you just take a wee into the piddle pack when you can. You zip it up and you throw it in your helmet bag or whatever. And when you're done on the aircraft carrier, right? If you had a piddle pack F-14 or your F-18 or your F-35, when you're done, you just throw it overboard. Or if you are on land, you can just toss it into the trash can. Carry 3 or 4 of those with you at all times. They are great to have, a really awesome thing. Or you can go old school. I like a Gatorade bottle. Wide mouth Gatorade bottle is a way to go. A Coke bottle with a narrow mouth is less desirable and makes more of a problem. For women, they have a special adapter that's created for your body that fits so that you can pee. And you know what's interesting is those devices, they've not been around for forever. Like, they're a relatively modern invention because most of aviation was sadly designed only for men to fly. And so it was seldom a second thought to give women the opportunity. So when women started flying in the military, there was nothing for them. So they would tactically dehydrate themselves. It's terrible. It's awful. And they would work hard to not have to pee on a mission. And the hard part about dehydration is it affects your eyesight. It affects your ability to react, and your reaction time's slow. Your problem solving decreases. So hydration is super duper important. And so that is what these women would have to do. It's not fair. Yeah. And you know what? The last thing you could probably do is pee your pants, which would suck, but it happens. And there are all sorts of stories about all those things. I'm telling you, if somebody is going to the restroom, that is not the time to be pulling negative G's. Do not do a pushover when somebody's taking a wee. That is not, you're not cool. That is not fun. I've never done that. And it gets in your face and you don't want that. So this is probably going to be the most successful podcast of all time because I just talked about pee for 10 minutes. And I want you to know that Dr. Nolan Davis had this recommendation, and I'm very proud of that. So look that guy up. You'll be impressed. If you need some teeth worked on in Alaska, go check him out. Find the best way to pee in an airplane. If you've got a new way to pee that I didn't cover, send me an email. I'm interested. I know you helicopter guys are going to say just land and get out. Yeah, I got you. That doesn't always work. But you're awesome. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you on the next episode of Ready for Pushback. Hey, before I let you go, I need to mention one thing because a lot of people are asking me, can you do anything? Can you help me with this? And the answer is yes. At Spitfire Elite, we will make more millionaires this year than Major League Baseball will make in the next 5 years. Our company actually does this. It's called Spitfire Elite Interview Consulting. And you can find us over at SpitfireElite.com. Our clients, they call us the easy button for interview prep because everything you need to crush your interview is there in one spot. Whether it's application review or interview prep, all of it is covered. We've helped thousands of clients who are now flying at their dream jobs because our coaches gave them the one-on-one feedback that they needed to succeed on the biggest day of their life. The best part of Spitfire is our community. All Spitfire clients will get access to our private chats where they can work with each other and they can work with our coaches and get the latest information on all the airlines. If you'd like to make sure that you are 100% ready to go on your big day, there is only one choice. Everything you need is in one place, and I think it's pretty affordable. You'll have to take a look for yourself. Just go over to SpitfireElite.com and check us out. Use the coupon code PODCAST and it'll save you 10%. And by the way, I will see you on the next episode. The statements made on this show are my own opinions and do not reflect, nor are they under any direction from my employer.